ladies and gentlemen, I'm Meadsy69 and welcome back to some more Hold My Beer replays. We have 3 replays for you today, and first up we're watching Yasushi Kuki in the Chieftain Mark 6. Now, they are on Normandy, and what a game this is going to be. I mean, there is a few mistakes that I don't understand why they was doing it, but we'll get to that when we'll talk about that when we do get to it. So the Chieftain Mark 6 is fantastic tank, and especially for a map like this, because it has the dunes, it has these little hills, so you can go hold down and just show your turret. That is the strongest part of this tank. The turret is absolutely an amazing turret. So you can see Yasushi is rocking that turret at the moment. I mean, he hasn't bounced anything, but he hasn't really, I mean, he's had one shot against him. It is still 7 against 7 at the moment. There is a minute gone and he's clocked up 1500 damage. Now the T57 heavy, I am not too sure what they are doing, because I don't know if he's shooting the tanks behind or if he's trying to shoot the tanks behind, but now the WZ4005, the FV4005 is coming to help to clear him. So that is now 1 tank down. Yasushi is on 2.2k damage. The FV405 there is on a 1-shot, so if you can get round the back, then they should be able to take that tank out. So they've also got 2 cap points, so they're winning on the cap points. He's now getting behind these 5 tanks. There's 5 tanks there and there's 6 tanks left alive. So there's just 1 tank that is not spotted. So the FE is now getting taken out by the T54E1, and it now just leaves 5 tanks remaining. So he's going to get behind the VK. There goes the Object 263. Here's a mouse here, and this is where I don't understand what he's doing. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's going to have an amazing game, and but he started to shoot HE. Not sure why, if he meant to. I don't know if he meant to shoot HE. I've done it a few times where I've meant to switch to heat, and I've accidentally switched to HE, and I've shot, and it was too late. But I think he does it a couple of times, and to be honest, I might do it once, but definitely not twice or 3 times. So the VK's decided to go elsewhere, and I mean, here again, he's just going for that the guaranteed pen, and maybe because he thinks he can't pen, I don't know, and he is going to try for the guaranteed. At least it does some damage. I honestly don't know. But at the moment, it's a 4-on-3, and, well, now a 3-on-3. He's on 4k damage, and if you remember when I did the update video on the heavy buff, the HP buffs, I did say that there's going to be a lot more 8,000 damages and a lot more 9,000 damages. Well, we've got both for you today, and 7k is like so last year, like so last month. Like 7k is nothing, and yet I'm still yet to hit the 8k. But to be honest, I don't play half as much as I rarely play now, because at the moment with the family issues, I haven't really had the time. So Yasushi is now on 5.1k damage. He takes a nasty shot there from the VK. If he would have had, I mean, an extra half a second, he would have been able to pull back. But I love what he's doing here. He knows that this VK is on a big reload, so he's going to get to the side of him. He's going to get the 1-shot to put him down to a 1-shot, and now he can use this building as protection. So he can get the shot. If he can get the hat shot into that guy, he will clear him, and they both missed, or he bounced and the VK misses. So the VK is now on a big reload, so he can easily get behind him and clear him for his 3rd kill. But there is now just this Centurion left, who is full hit points. He's full hit points, and if the Centurion is using the Hesh gun, it's only going to take 2 decent or 2 average rolls to clear this chieftain. So if I was the Centurion, I would just rush. I mean, they are winning on supremacy points now, the enemy, so there is no reason to rush. But when you're full hit points against a chieftain that's only a 2-shot, you should really be winning this. And 35 HE damage or Hesh damage from that guy gives Yasushi a little bit more time. And again, only 2 damage. Now he has the upper hand. He has the DPM, I think. I think the reload is roughly the same, and there is another bounce. So now he can just rush forward. 900 supremacy points. He has to be careful not to miss or not to bounce, because he is now a one-shot. But of course, he does manage to take him out for his 4th kill. Just over 8,000 damage. I mean, he didn't do anything special. But this is the difference between the last update and this update with the HP buff for the heavies. You're going to see a lot more 8,000 damage. Next up, we have Bill effing Murray. What a name. And he is driving the Object 268 on Canal. Now, he's playing very aggressive. I mean, he hasn't decided to go on the TD spot. He's decided to go far forward. And I think that I know the reason is because his team has 3 TDs. And most likely there is going to be at least 1 TD to go in that position. And if you look at the enemy team compared to his team, his team has 1 light tank and 1 medium, where the enemy team have 2 light tanks and 2 mediums. So the likelihood of them pushing this side of the map is very, very high. So he needs to get forward and he needs to help his team that are here. So luckily, I mean, the team hasn't gone left. Most of the battle is going to be around here. But the enemy, I mean, God knows what this Sheridan was thinking. Like, why would you do that? I don't know. But Bill effing Murray decides to play a little bit more aggressive and poke a little bit more forward. And he's going to get quite a lot of bounces. Now, he does mess up here with the auto-aim. He's trying to aim, but he can't quite get it. But eventually, he does get it. And now there is 2 tanks down on his team. So 2 tanks within just over a minute. And now he's got a few medium tanks around him. He's got a few light tanks around him. So he's not in the greatest of positions, but because of the TD behind him and there is a light tank behind him, for some reason they're not pushing. I mean, there is only 1 TD, which is a Death Star, so of course they don't want to poke out and get absolutely blasted from that Death Star. So that Death Star is keeping Bill effing Murray alive at the moment, just being there to be scared, even if he doesn't do the damage. And again, not sure what this T92 is doing. Like, what are you doing? What is wrong with these missile tanks on this game? Like, he's dead. He's gone. He was full hit points and he's just got absolutely wrecked. And he actually says GG in a minute. Like, why did you do that? There we go, GG. Like, why would you do that? And I could actually put this on World of Dummies, but I decided not to. It's too good for Bill to be placed in a video like that. So the Death Star is still on his tail, helping him, and it is a 3 versus 5. So there's the Death Star, managed to get him just before that 121B gets behind this Object 268, and now there is just this standard B to try and clear. No problem whatsoever, and dead on 5,000 damage now. It's a 3-on-3, but as you can see, there's still a mouse. That's on 1,500 hit points. There's still a full hit point Death Star, and I think there's still a full hit point T92E1. So they are winning on supremacy points. So what he's going to go and do is just going to help the supremacy points and to cap another base and try and get close, try and see if he can spot this mouse as he is capping this base. And of course the mouse is not looking, he's not spotted, so he is able to get a shot. 681 heat roll, not a bad high roll for heat, and it puts him down to a 2 shot. And of course he is going to have to carry on using the heat to guarantee that pen. Now he is going to take a shot, but because he took that shot, he is going to get a nice bounce, but he doesn't get a bounce from this T92E1, who is only on 1,000 hit points. Again, not sure what this guy is doing. What is wrong with these missile guys today? Nice roll there. Well, a pretty low roll actually, 817 hit points into that guy, but at least it brings him down to a 1 shot. He has to be very, very careful now. He does want to clear him because he is keeping them spotted, and again, he gets a nice bounce from that mouse. The mouse is a 1 shot. He still has to be very careful because he is a 1 shot to this Death Star, who is still full hit points. And it's only going to take 2 shots for the Death Star to win this game. There goes the mouse. Nice shot there from the Death Star to bring it now down to a 2 versus 1. Bill effing Murray, he's blocked 1,830 hit points. I'm just going to speed this up because now they're just running down. And I like his patience. I mean, he's on 7.2k damage. He knows this Death Star is a full hit point. For me, I would just go and YOLO and try and get as much damage as I possibly can. But he's not. He's very, very patient. He's waiting for the Death Star to move forward. And believe it or not, the Death Star on the enemy team starts capping base D. So he's right next to him, but the supremacy points is now going to be 1,000. He gets a lovely, lovely high roll, 800 high roll, and because of that high roll, it now pushes him above that 8,000 damage. Well played. Make some credits as well. 8,037 damage, 1,839 base XP. Nice play there from him and the Death Star on his team. Last up, we have the Hori, and we are watching Parabellum, ex-Parabellum, and it is the tier 10 Hori. I don't receive too many replays of the Hori. I mean, I've got a few, and they are all high damage, but this one in particular is an absolute scorcher of a game, and it is #1 in the Hall of Fame. Again, I like what he's doing here. He's waiting. The enemy only have one medium tank, and the rest are all heavies, and they're pretty much the same for his team. They're all heavies, and they are all TD. So he waited to see if any tank would come in the middle. So now, as expected, the heavies will go to the right side. There's a medium to the left side, and pretty much the enemy are all split out. But if you look at the minimap, so is his team. Now, there is a T-22 there, and he's going to get a nice side shot into him. The Hori is not OP. A lot of people will think that this tank is OP. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. And you might change your mind after this battle. Nice shot there on the grill, putting him on fire. Nice RNG there. And more RNG will come in his favour very, very soon. So 2 shots, 1,500 damage. He is going to back up because the E3 is heading his way. And that's not a tank you really want to be in front of, because the armour, the gun, everything is good about that tank. So next up, there is still tanks to the right, there's still tanks to the left, and there are still tanks in the middle. And there goes another bit of RNG, puts him on fire yet again, and he gets the kill. So 2 shots, and that guy has now gone. And it now leaves this E3 in a situation where he's on his own against the Mouse and the Hori. So the Mouse is going to hold. There is an IS-4 to the right as well, so he has to be very careful, because he is getting damaged from him. So he's now going to back up. He's now going to back up because there is also a Mouse. But at the moment, he's doing very well. 3.6k damage. He's going to back up round this corner while he's on a reload, and then he's going to poke out again once he has reloaded, and he's going to go for that bottom plate on the Mouse. So at the moment, he hasn't missed any shots. The RNG has been on his side. There's the Mouse again. The Mouse turned just before he shot, which I thought would have been a bounce. So he was pretty lucky to get that shot, and he brings the Mouse now down to a 1 shot. He's now going to go for the IS-4, but personally, I would go for the E3 because there are still 2 tanks up that side of the map. It is a 4 versus 4, and again, I can understand him going for it. It is an easy shot, but here now comes the E3. So he is going to take a shot from that E3. Well, no, he's not. Just in time, these guys absolutely wreck the E3, and that was great timing. Just before the E3 can aim at the weak point, he gets absolutely wrecked to now bring it down to a 4-on-3. But the enemy has 2 cap points. The IS-7 on the enemy team, don't know what he's doing. He's in the middle of the open. He bounces his shot, and it's now a 3-on-3. 6.9k damage. The E4 and the IS-7 is around here, so he can't even poke out really. He has to wait, and again, he gets a nice 700 high roll into him. And it's now just this E4 and just this IS-7 left alive. So he can go and focus this E4. The DPM is much better on this tank than the E4. So the E4's got crap DPM, so he can easily fight this guy. But what he's going to do now, I mean, he did tell me that he was wrong in what he does. He's on 8.6k damage. He's on 8.6k damage, and he leaves the E4 because he wants that 9k damage. I would do the same. I would do the same. If I knew I was a 1 shot away from getting 9k damage, and that tank was only on not even 100 hit points, I would risk it. I would risk it just to get that 9k damage, and he does. 9.2k damage. It's now just this IS-7 left alive, and this IS-7 and the IS-4 can easily take this guy out. So very well played. I mean, he had the shots, he had the RNG, and it paid off. It paid off. 9,200 648 damage, and that is #1 in the Hall of Fame. Well played, guys. Thank you all for watching. There'll be more replays tomorrow. Maybe Hold My Tea. We'll see. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye-bye. With